Inspiring, impactful, and transformational. Welcome to Leadership Factory with Shoji Oluwale. Be transformed.
The easiest way or the easiest route to leadership is problem solving. Simply means one of the best way to become a leader, either in a community, either in a school, either in a church, either in any form of gathering or associations in life, is through problem solving. So welcome to Leadership Factory. In this episode, I will be discussing with you another leadership thought on problem solving skill or problem solving as a tool for leader. If you could remember that in our previous episode where we talked about what leadership is, one of the factors we discussed was problem solving. That is to say that leadership is about problem solving. So today we are going to share more light on that. And I'm going to do that from my recently released leadership book. Lead, Unlock Your Leadership Potential. Lead, Unlock Your Leadership Potential. The book is for aspiring and existing leaders' most valuable leadership guide. So welcome once again. So like I said, the easiest route to leadership is through problem solving. That is the first statement I made in this chapter of this book, that leadership is problem solving. Like I have given that background in the first place. Leader in any sphere of life, leader in any form take upon themselves, risk themselves to solve the problem of humanity. That is the essence of leadership. Now, Thomas Edison, we have heard about the Thomas Edison story, where he tried so many times before he could be able to invent light that we are having today. And the problem of darkness was solved by Thomas Edison. And we learned that it took him several attempts to be able to solve that problem. So you may not be able to measure the monetary gain of Thomas Edison with the problem he is solving. That is why leadership is not about yourself, it's not about making money, it's about solving the problem of humanity. And I want to tell you today, as you are listening to me, that you are born with a specific solutions to render or to address the challenge of humanity around you, in your community, in your nations, and around the world. Around the world. Now, let me give you this scenario. Why do you think I am passionate about speaking about leadership time to time? I'm doing this not because I found it easy, but because I discovered there's a leadership deficit. There's a leadership deficit in our society, because you may not actually know how leadership translates to societal development. Leadership translates to what we call societal development when everyone take responsibility for their action. When everyone take responsibility for what we do, that is leadership. When everybody is looking at how they can add value to other, how they can solve problem within their community, that is what leadership is all about. Like I said, you have within you capacity, strength to overcome any form of life challenge and demonstrate your leadership capacity to the world. Every successful leader you see today, every successful leader you see today has one problem or the other. Problems are peculiar to great leaders. So some of us may say we are not leader or we cannot lead because we are overwhelmed with our leadership challenge, with our own personal challenge. But I want to tell you that you become solid. You could be able to solve people's problem when you begin to look at how you can solve people's problem rather than solving your own problem alone. I'm not saying you should not be striving in solving your own problem, but you must not allow your own problem to overwhelm you if you actually want to become a leader. Now, let me give you just briefly what we define to be problem solving skill, or let's define what is problem solving. In leadership, problem solving involves the ability to identify and address challenges and obstacles that hinder the achievement of goals and objectives. Effective leader, they analyze situations, they analyze problems, and develop strategic solutions and inspire the team to implement those solutions. So problem solving is a skill need to be developed by everyone who want to become a leader. You know, when you are talking about the subject of um, problem solving skill possessed by a leader, it's um, a very critical part of leadership. It is a total system for a competitive decisions making. Your ability to be able to diagnose a challenge in a community, ability to identify it rather, ability to diagnose it, ability to find relevant solutions to it. It is a deal in leadership. It is a deal in leadership. Let me read this definition to you once again. Problem solving is the process of identifying a challenge, devise a strategy to address it, and implement a relevant solutions to that challenge. Do not forget that we are in Leadership Factory, and in this episode, we are talking about problem solving skill. Now, how do you, as a leader, develop problem solving skill? Number one is about critical thinking. Yes, number one is about critical thinking. A critical thinking involving analyzing and evaluating information objectively. Critical thinking involves analyze and evaluate information objectively to make informed decisions. Aspiring leaders can enhance their critical thinking skill by engaging in activities that challenge their reasoning abilities, such as puzzles, strategic games, and debate. One of the way to help your critical thinking is through reading, constant reading. So if you could read daily as a leader, read relevant books that address what you want to address, so that you could develop critical thinking skill. Number two, creativity. Creativity in problem solving means thinking outside the box to find innovative solutions. Thinking outside the box to find innovative solutions. You know, everybody in your environment are attempting a challenge to solve. All of them are employing a traditional means, whereas you decided to employ other means. Take an instance. Let me give you this instance now. Now I'm speaking to you. You are watching this video. I found out that I can't keep waiting until I have resources to be able to travel around the university in Nigeria, because that is one of my visions. Traveling around the university in Nigeria, traveling around community in Nigeria, speaking about leadership in order to breed a new generations that are ethical in their operation to life issue, that are problem solver, that take responsibility. And I decided that since social media or digital avenue will enable us to be able to interact with these people, and I decided to take that platform to solve the problem I am thinking about. This is the problem of solving the leadership deficit in Nigeria and Africa. Leadership deficit in Nigeria and Africa. Another thing you must cultivate as a leader or aspiring leader is decisions making. Yes, decisions making. Effective decisions making is about weighing the pros and cons of different solutions and choose the best course of actions. Leaders can improve their decision making skill through practice, seeking feedback, and learning from both success and failure. So when you make a decision and it actually turned out to be a bad one, all you need to do is to sit down and analyze the processes that you took in making such a decision. You don't need to kill yourself. You understand? If you are going to become a leader, that leader that we need in these dispensations, you must develop an ability to make decisions. Because I told you last time that leadership is about decisions making. You are going to be making decisions for yourself. You are going to be making decisions for the other people. Another place we have here is emotional intelligence, communications, and resilience. Now let me speak about communications. Why we round up for this episode. One of the reasons why communications is important is that everything you want to do, everything you want to achieve in life need to be expressed to everyone who needs to be part of that vision, of that purpose. Everyone that need to help you, need to understand you, need to grab and comprehend whatsoever you are communicating to them effectively. This is the reason why communications in leadership is very, very important in communicating the problem, the solutions to every problem you have to the right authority. So you must be able to develop, because communication is a tool for problem solving. Communication is a tool of problem solving. And as a problem solver, you must be resilient in all that you do. Problem solving often involves setback and failure. Developing resilience help you as a leader to persist in the face of challenge, learning from failures and continue striving. Continue striving. You understand? Continue striving. Now, I want you to understand that. I want you to understand that problem in recent is part of life process. If there is a break in communication as I'm talking to you now, is a problem, because it is going to affect you to be able to hear me or understand what I'm saying. That is a problem. So problem is all part of life, and it is the responsibility of leaders to create solutions. You have to create solutions. Solutions will not create itself. You have to create solutions. So how to create a solutions to any problem? How to create a solutions to any form of problem. Number one, you have to identify the problem. Number two, you have to analyze the problem to know the depth, the pros and cons of that problem. Number three, you generate possible solutions. You will learn to generate possible solutions, different solutions that may be relevant to that problem. Number four, you have to evaluate those solutions you have generated. Number five, you select the best solutions. Then, number six, you develop an action plan. While number seven, you implement your action plan, while you later begin to monitor and adjust in the process of, solving the problem. So all I'm saying, like I said earlier on, problem solving is a technical skill that every leader must possess. The easiest way or the easiest route to leadership is problem solving skill have to be possessed by every aspiring leader. Every aspiring leader. Do not forget, my name is Sojo Orale. This is Leadership Factory. And what I just shared with you now is from my recent leadership book called Lead, Unlock Your Leadership Potential. It is a book for an aspiring and existing leader. We call it Aspiring and Existing Leader Most Valuable Guide. You can send us a DM and you will get this book in any part of Nigeria. Remain blessed. My name remain Isoji Orale. Thank you.